I'm in the club.
I haven't. Okay, we'll talk about that later.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll listen in.
Sure. We're just waiting for more people to jump on. Yeah.
Hi,
Hi,
Nick.
Nick.
Nick is still connecting for the audio.
Okay. Where is Dawn?
Hi, Nick.
Hello, hello. Hi, Christine.
Hey.
Hi, everyone.
Hey,
Okay.
how are you?
Good, good, good. How are you?
Good. What's the weather like in KL?
Hot.
Okay.
As usual.
As usual, we are cold. So I've got my jacket on.
Hmm.
Just give me a minute. Someone is at the door. Just see who's.
And Nick, do you need to contact Dawn?
I think she will be coming in soon already lah. It's okay.
So we'll wait for the rest lah. Only we'll start.
Yep. Hi, Jen. Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
Hey.
Hi, Nick. I'm good. How are you?
Hello. Good, good, good.
Hello.
What's the numbers today, Nick, in Malaysia?
Don't know yet. Normally they will announce only at about three something Malaysia time. That will be approximately an hour from now.
What was the number yesterday?
17,000 something, I think.
So what do you are you stuck at home? You do not go out? What happened?
No, I think we are encouraged to stay at home lah. But I do go out lah. Like buy something. Like afterwards I'll be I'll be leaving my house for the walk to do some simple exercise with my daughter while listening to our walk on.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. What is the number by what do you call it? We call it by suburb.
Sorry. What do you mean?
The sub, like for us, like okay, maybe like Malaysia or KL, like area, Cheras or Klang, or PJ or section, whatever. Do you all have that sort of numbers?
They report it by state.
Okay.
Yeah.
And of
They
course,
report by
Selangor is the
state.
highest.
Yes.
Selangor is the highest. I'm very curious. I'm very curious because Selangor is the highest. It's because of the demographic, because of overseas workers, or because what's the reason?
Yeah, very much. It's the overseas workers, especially in the factories,
Okay.
because
Okay.
Selangor is the most highly populated state, plus the most
Okay.
industrial as well. So all the factories and
Okay.
commerce are concentrated largely in Selangor.
Okay.
So there are a lot of workers that live in dorms, for example,
Yeah.
factory
Yeah.
dormitories.
Yeah.
It tends to spread very fast in those areas.
Okay. And I'm sure the hospitals are struggling to cope.
Yes, you're right.
Mm.
Hospitals
Is
are
it
crowded.
Yeah, is it true that we were told like from the 1st of August, anybody with COVID, just they said don't come to the hospital, just stay at home and call the so-called hotline and they tell you what to do, stay in the house, don't come to the hospital. Is it true?
I haven't heard about that.
Okay, yeah. Because I was told
Yeah.
that, by friends from Malaysia, 1st of August, if anybody got COVID, because there's no beds. People are lying all over the place in the hospital.
Right.
I think it's even more dangerous or contagious to go there.
Yeah, I hear people have to wait in the corridors for a few days for a bed.
It's very sad.
Mm.
So the best thing is not
So,
Emergency.
in these days, regardless the one is a COVID or anything else.
I suppose the most important thing at the moment is to improve your immune system. That's the first thing to do. Improve your immune
Yeah.
system and try not to go out if possible.
Yep.
Like I told you, my sister-in-law, they didn't go out. They closed all their factories or showroom because they are involved with furniture. And she just went to Giant to get some food stuff.
Oh,
And that was how she got it. And that was it. 4 days.
wow.
There's a friend also had a similar issue and he got infected.
Yep. In ICU, hospital, or home?
Eventually, I heard she's okay, but I never asked for the details.
Yeah. What about the after effect? When they recovered, is there any damage to organs or breathing? Because we hear there are some people who are okay, but some has got difficulty breathing, their body aches, the joint aches, and they lost the taste of the sense of taste and still haven't got it back. Yeah. So are we going to start or we just not?
I think let's start lah. I think let's start.
Yeah. Okay. So we just start. Whoever jumps in, lah. Right?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
That's
Thank
good.
you very much. Yes. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm Christine, directly from you to you from Melbourne. I wish all of you Malaysians well, stay safe. And what I'm going to share with you today is a breakthrough called Redox. This could potentially help you improve your immune system and help you fight whatever that's happening all over the world. So let me just share my story. And I would appreciate those of you who are online, please do not take any photographs because these are very private photos and we do not want it to be shared all over the world. So I was introduced to this amazing technology 4 years ago, when I myself had the shoulder reconstruction surgery. I'm 68, very, very healthy, very strong. I play tennis. So after my shoulder reconstruction surgery, I couldn't lift up my right arm. Okay, in spite of doing physio for 7 months, and I spent a lot of money in my physiotherapy. So it was a good friend, and I'm very grateful to this friend that has thought about me to just share with me. So what I did was, with the information, he doesn't bother. He said, that's up to you. What you do with it is up to you. So even though I was very skeptical, I'm sure like a lot of people online who might be skeptical like me. However, I was still a bit open-minded. And I thought, okay, since I've already spent 7 months and spent all the money in, in Australian dollar twice a week, I have got nothing to lose, because I could not lift up my right shoulder. And there are times when, when I first had the operation, I could not lift up 500 grams of baked beans. It was very frustrating. So I said, all right, I will give it a try, and started on it. So I'm very thankful again, as I said. And a couple of weeks later, that's my husband. He was diagnosed with a serious skin condition that kills a lot of Australians. When Australians are exposed too much to the sun, they have got this, we call it abnormal cell happening, and he had that condition. So instead of having operations and putting chemical treatment on his face, he says, why don't we try this? So we agreed, and he tried it. And as you can see from the photo, he recovered after 3 weeks. So that was when I got more excited while I was doing my research. And at the same time, I have a granddaughter who was born about the same time, and she was born with a condition called congenital herniated diaphragm, which meant that while my daughter-in-law was pregnant, they found that this little baby in her womb had a hole in her diaphragm. And there are a lot of complications attached to this condition. They are worldwide, 50% of babies born with this condition don't make it. So there are, simple symptoms or serious, problems attached to that condition. You could have, like other kids have got squashed heart, squashed organs. So with my granddaughter, her liver, her intestine, her stomach came up to where her right lung was. So it pushed her right lung to the size of her fingernail when she was born. So of course, with that condition, the minute she was born, through emergency cesarean, she was put into ICU. She was put on life support. And by 2 weeks' time, she already had 2 operations to repair the hole and to put her organs in place. So this little girl was in ICU for 5 months. And after 5 months, when she was allowed to go home, she was on oxygen for 1.5 years. She was fed through her nose. So this is the little girl. She went through hell of a lot during her 5 months in the hospital. So when she was allowed to go home, we were told that she had acquired brain damage. She had spinal cord injury, and we were told that she would be in a wheelchair. So of course, we didn't know. It's very hard to deal with that sort of news. So because my husband recovered from his condition, and during that short spell, I learned a lot. I took a flight to America and went straight to the company to find out what is this redox. So I came back to Melbourne and immediately put my granddaughter on the product since she was 6 months old. And we were told that this little girl was going to be in a wheelchair. But here she is, started walking when she was 2 years old. Yeah, she's standing, walking. Now she's 4. So as you can see, she's very unsteady, but it was okay. So now she is 4 years old. She's reading, jumping. She knows her alphabet. She's a pretty smart little cookie. So what exactly is redox? I will, of course, have to make a disclaimer. Redox signaling molecule is something that your body makes, and We are not here to diagnose, cure, prevent any diseases. However, this breakthrough is 10 to 15 years ahead of its time. It is a cutting edge technology and a new category of science, which doctors and scientists have said is impossible to do this. However, I'd like everyone to think back, sit back and think. 50 years ago, when President Kennedy said we're going to fly to the moon, did you think it was possible? Seems such a huge task to fly this rocket to the moon, right? But it was done. It's already been 50 over years since it was done. And years ago, have you ever heard of penicillin? No, but because of technology, because of new breakthrough, penicillin was discovered and it helped people to prevent or treat bacterial infection. Yeah. And way before that, maybe before you were born, never would we thought that people can fly in big aeroplanes. Now, recently, those billionaires who could afford took a flight to Mars, took a flight to space. So think about it. Things which were thought impossible years ago, now with modern technology has become possible. It's the same with this technology. So redox has been considered the single greatest health breakthrough of our lifetime, next to penicillin discovery, next to DNA. However, it's important because this product is marketed as a health supplement. It is important to understand what it is not, because I'm sure when we talk about supplement, the first thing that comes into our mind is, oh, it's one of those things, right? Vitamin, mineral, antioxidant, or even exotic juices. Is not. It is, as we said, it goes beyond nutrition and ingredients, and it impacts your health at the depth that no other supplements has ever come close to achieving. So before we understand what redox is, can I ask, as you can see from the slide, we live and die at the cellular level. So obviously you will know that we are made of cells. So can I know from a show of hands, how many cells do you have in your body? Or you can type into the chat box. How many cells, right? So it is not hundreds, it's not thousands, it's not million, it's not billion, it is 70 over trillion cells in your body. Just check. Trillions and trillions. Yes, thanks, Alpha. Trillions and trillions. 70 over trillion cells. Depending how big, how small you are, that is from 70 onwards. Could be 100 trillion cells if you are very big. So in every cells of your body, innate redox molecule is being produced. Okay, can you imagine? So what we are telling people is redox molecules are native to your body. It is not natural. Okay, natural stuff are blueberries, strawberries, carrots, Brussels sprout, all the vegetables, they are natural. And some people ask, is it organic? Yeah, if you grow your vegetable without pesticide and all that, it could be organic. But does your body grow strawberries and blueberries? Well, if you do, then you're maybe one of the rare ones in the world. So your body does not grow any of those vegetables. Your body produces and make redox signaling molecule. Okay, so important to understand. So to understand how your body makes this redox, let's look at the 73 trillion cells in your body. Okay, you imagine you are here and you are made of organs. You are made of system. So can I have somebody tell me what are the organs that's in your body? Anyone? Organs that's in your body? Just some examples of organs in your body. Could be like,
heart, brain, liver.
Yeah. Yes. And then
skin.
Yes. What else? Those organs made up your system. What are the system of your body? your respiratory system, your cardiovascular system. This is just some examples, right? Your digestive
Digestive.
system, your skeletal system, all those are systems, and all those are made up of your 70 over trillion cells. Now, in every cell of your body, you have this thing called mitochondria. Every one of you have a car in Malaysia. Show of hands. So in your car, in order for your car to start, what do you need first and foremost? The battery, correct? If you take out the battery, your car doesn't start. Likewise, in every cell, these mitochondria, they are like your batteries. You have one battery for your car. You have many, many, many batteries in your body, in your cells, to convert energy from the food you eat. So what scientists have discovered is after the conversion of energy, they release a set of molecules, positive and negative molecules, and those molecules have been identified as redox signaling molecules. They are in your body, made by the mitochondria after energy production. Now, when the redox molecules are not put to use, they turn into salt water. That is the reason why when you cry, it tastes salty. When you sweat, it tastes salty. If you ever cut yourself in future, taste a little bit of your blood, it is saltish. That is the reason. Okay. So this technology is actually based on a Nobel Prize winning technology. In 1998, 3 scientists was awarded the Nobel Prize for discovering redox in our body. And now there are more than 160,000 peer reviews, textbooks on the subjects. Hospitals, universities are now studying what redox is. So if you want to check out what redox is, go to pubmed.gov and Google Scholar. Then type in redox signaling molecules or redox signaling biology or chemistry, you will find heaps of studies. So because they are made in your body, they are involved in virtually every major system and function of the body. So they are key to cellular regeneration, rejuvenation, and foundational. What do you mean by foundational? Imagine when you build a big building and you have no foundation, the whole thing will collapse. So likewise, they are foundational for our healthy cell signaling throughout your body. However, when we hit puberty is when the production of this redox starts to reduce by 10% every 10 years. So can you imagine if you are 50 now, you have 14 years old, you deduct that 10% every 10 years, from 50 onwards, the production of the redox in your own body could be 40%, 50%. For me, I'm going on 70. The production of redox in my body is probably about 40 or 30%. That is the reason why we see all this aging more and more prominent. Plus, unfortunately, because of diet, because of stress and environmental toxins. So where do you think you get all these environmental toxins? From, let's say, I'll give you a simple example. Years ago, Cameron Highlands vegetables was rejected by Singapore because Cameron Highlands vegetables are loaded with pesticide, insecticide, also chemicals. I'm not sure about now what measures has taken place, but those chemicals that gets into our vegetables, when it rains, gets into the soil, gets into the water, right? We are in, so with age, diet, stress, environmental toxin, it is making it worse. Plus, of course, from the age of 14, the production getting lesser and lesser and lesser. So as I said, can you imagine, or do you know that your body is very, very complex? Well, for me, I take it for granted when I get up. My body can do all things by itself, right? But have you ever thought how complex your body is? You know, you eat and then by the next day you go to the toilet and flush out all those. Those are the detoxification. Have you ever occurred to you how it happens? right? When you you know, are involved in something very exciting, your heart rate goes up, the adrenaline release. How does it happen? Right, when women go through their so-called hormonal imbalance, how does it happen to our body? So your body is actually very, very complex. We got to thank God for it. It's a very complex communication network. But the word communication is what I want to stress is when husband and wife do not communicate, what happens? Fight in the family, right? When children and the parents do not communicate, there is no understanding. There is fight between parents and children. When there is no communication between China, Russia, America, Korea, God help us all, right? Likewise, when there is no communication in your body, all sorts of diseases happens. Diseases from oxidative stress, from inflammation. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, it is not getting old. It is because our body, our cells are not able to communicate to help us detect damaged cells. When damage are detected, the redox molecule will communicate and send whatever is necessary to repair. When damaged cells are damaged beyond repair, there is a process called apoptosis. Signals will be sent to kill the cells. We call it cell suicide. There's a process. If you check out apoptosis, that is what it is. So those of you who are very computer literate, who knows about computer, garbage in, garbage out. So likewise, if you have garbage in your body and garbage cannot get out, that's when hell happens. That is when tumor happens. That is when high blood pressure, you know, cancer, all those happen. Unfortunately, that is how it happens. So whether you like it or not, whether you want your body to be healing, you got to give it enough redox signaling molecule. So one of the ways to analyze it is, imagine your house is on fire. Because of oxidative stress, as I said, because of inflammation, your body goes through all this burning from the inside, which we don't feel. But the minute you have symptoms, unfortunately, according to the doctors, is only 70% into the bad area. Okay, so your house is burning from the inside and you are asking for help, you are calling for help. But because there is not enough signaling molecule, help doesn't come. The fire engine cannot go to where it's needed. All right, so ASEA Redox is the only supplement in the world to provide your body with more of these powerful molecules that are critical for signaling, communication at the cellular level and even at the genetic level. So this is just an example of one of the cells that I showed you earlier. And if you do not, I mean, at the moment, all of you look very young. Do you know that your body goes through damage every minute? How many cells get damaged every minute? 300 million cells die every minute. Can you feel it? Right? Put hands up if you can feel it. No. 300 billion cells get replaced every day. Can you feel it? No, I don't, but it is true. So whether we like it or not, the process, the repair, the damage is happening every minute. So guys, ladies and gentlemen, please, you have something here that will help you not only look younger, help you repair the damage, help you live a healthy life, especially now with what is happening in the world. So redox molecule with redox molecule has been scientifically shown. When you take 120 mils twice a day, it has been scientifically shown to improve your immune system. Who needs your immune system to improve now, especially now all over the world, right? When your immune system is at its optimum, it will fight whatever that is being attacked, whether it's virus, whether it's bacteria, it will fight. You are stronger. So it improves your immune system. improve inflammation response or inflammatory response, improve cardiovascular health, improve your digestive function. Do you know that your brain, your gut health is the second brain of your body? And more hormonal modulation. Ladies, men, if you are married or you have a girlfriend, you know your wife or your girlfriend has got mood swing. Those are hormonal imbalance. So ladies, when we are young, we are teenagers, we have all these mood swing. Then when we get married, we have got children, we've got different mood swing. It is because of the hormonal imbalance that's happening in your body. And recently, I just heard, even men has hormones. Okay, they also go through all these swings, but we sort of relate it more to women. So if you look at the numbers here, whether we like it or not, people all over the world are suffering from some sort of conditions. So ASEA or redox signaling molecule are shown to improve it by 20 to 31% after taking 120 ml twice a day for 8 weeks. It is scientifically proven. So if your body does not have enough of this redox, what can you do? So that is where redox signaling molecule is now available to be taken internally and to be applied topically. So after 20 years research and development, the team of scientists led by Dr. Gary Samuelson achieved the impossible, created and stabilized redox molecule that is available where you can drink and you can apply topically outside of the body. So the company that has this amazing redox molecule is called ASEA. So ASEA is the world's first and only redox signaling supplement. As I've said earlier, the first redox was discovered in 1998 by these 3 scientists. So there are now more than 160,000 scientific studies. Google Scholar, PubMed, ASEAScience.com, you can check if you are the scientific type. So the company was the company is started by 2 gentlemen, Verdis Norton. Verdis Norton was the vice president of Kraft Food. Anybody take Kraft cheese? Yep. So he was the vice president of strategic department in Kraft, a $1 billion industry. And he bought over a struggling biotechnology company called Medical Discovery that had this technology. And at the time when they discovered this, each machine that made this drink cost US 250,000 10, 15 years ago. So can you imagine how much it will cost? So can we afford to buy a machine, take it home, generate the water and drink? But even then, at the time when they were discovered, the water can only be stabilized there, and then you have to drink it immediately. If you don't, it turns back to salt water. And that was how they got in touch with Dr. Gary Samuelson, who stabilized it, that we are able to drink it for, or keep it in a bottle for 15 months. Okay, that is how the company started. I won't go into the stories. The question a lot of people want to ask, oh, right, what is this redox? What is it made of? Because there's a question that everybody asks. What is in the ingredients? Right, as I've said earlier, your body is made of 70% fluid. When you cry, it's salt. It tastes salty. When you sweat, it's salty. So when somebody is in the hospital on IV drip, they are put into IV drip, they are put given saline. Saline is salt water. So your body is salt water, 70%. So how this redox is being created or processed is they have taken pure salt, deionized water. So those of you who have a scientific background, salt water is sodium, chloride, hydrogen, oxygen. So they break down these 4 atoms separately and they put it back together through a very, very complex, heavily patented process where the 4 atoms are restructured into 16 different molecules. 8 are negative, 8 are positive. So to give you an idea, how do you know charcoal? In Malaysia, we call it charcoal, right? Charcoal are carbon. right? Do you know diamonds also started as carbon, but over the years, the molecular structure changed. So you have got coal, which is not worth a lot, but you have diamond, which is a woman's best friend, which can be very rare and cost a lot. So what started as carbon can end up as diamond. So what started off as salt water also ended up as a life-saving redox signaling molecule that helps your body to detect, repair, regenerate unhealthy cells. So this is how complex this system is. Okay. So we have redox in this bottle where you can drink. You have redox renewtonate in a gel form you can apply onto your body. So the company has got many individual or third-party laboratory that has verified that this product is 100% safe, non-toxic. Every time when anyone asks you, is it safe? Remember, this is being produced in your body. So this is exactly the replicate of what is available in your body. These are some of the third-party laboratory that test, verify, certify what is in the product is redox signaling molecule. So the middle one, Bioagility, they test, verify, certify what is in there is redox. We have Stevens Lab that tests our skincare. We have Dermatest from Germany that tests our skincare. And we have North Carolina University that tests for athletes. So some of the Olympians are on our products. So in the 8-week study, as I've told you earlier, this is what they have discovered. They not only improve your hormonal, immune system, inflammation response, cardiovascular health, and digestive order, it has also been shown to activate many genetic pathways, such as pathway number 1, serotonin production. So if you know of anyone who has got ADD, ADHD, autism, PTSD, anything to do with your neurological function, because the signals, the synapses are not connecting. So when you take this, it helps to reconnect, all right? So you have got brain damage that people have recovered, improved, I wouldn't say recovered, circadian rhythm. Until I started doing, was involved with this company, I didn't realize a lot of people cannot sleep. I mean, I, for one, have been on sleeping tablet for many years. I thought I was one of those few, but apparently there are people who have got insomnia. So it helps to improve your sleeping pattern. Pathway number 7, ovarian infertility. We have amazing testimony from people who have been trying to have babies, are able to do so. Pathway number 10, the hormonal imbalance or balance it. Pathway number 11, insulin signaling. So diabetes is a redox illness because your pancreas is not able to produce insulin. So when you take this redox, it will help to improve the signaling, insulin signaling. Pathway number 13, if you know of any friends who have spinal cord injury, please share with them. And many other pathway. What is very important is the NRF, which is the glutathione. So make no mistake, ASEA Redox signaling molecule do not contain antioxidant. It helps your body improve the signaling to improve the efficiency of the glutathione production in your body by 800%. It is staggering, it's pretty amazing. So what are the experts saying? This lady, Anne Louise Gilterman, she's known as the first lady of nutrition. She has written 30 books on nutrition. And in her humble estimation, ASEA Redox is the greatest advance in lifestyle medicine, which harnesses the body, the power of your own body to keep you well. Dr. Gary Samuelson, this technology has the potential to spearhead the greatest advances in health we've ever seen. So, and there are hundreds of medical professionals who are open-minded to check out the scientific details, to speak to other medical professionals who are sharing with their patients, and they are getting amazing results. Not only this Redox is amazing for anti-aging, for wellness, it is good for athlete performance. So our ASEA Redox is helping athletes to experience improvement in endurance, strength, recovery, mental stamina. So they have done, of course, clinical studies with mice. There was at the beginning where after 7 days, the mice can run 29% further. So mice don't run, further by 29% for nothing. So they have done all this testing and clinical trials. These are some of the athletes that are taking ASEA in their sports, and the company do not pay these athletes for endorsing. They are not paid. Okay, in order for them to be ambassador for our product, they go through a very stringent interview process. So here, the topical version is Renew 28. It improved for ladies anti-aging. So with the clinical studies, it has been shown to improve your cell renewal by 16%, smoothness by 23%, ladies reduce your wrinkles by 23%, elasticity by 20%, cellulite as well by 16%, and blood flow by 50%. And is very, very good for pain management. So any one of you who are experiencing pain, apply the gel 3 times in 5 minutes, and you will definitely get some reduction in pain. So some of this, as we say, seeing is believing, from redness of the skin to wrinkles to scarring, pretty amazing. Okay. This guy used it for 22 days, and look at the difference. It's not only for the face. And this gentleman, as you can see, he was thrown out of the passenger window because he forgot to wear his safety belt. He broke his back. He has got a titanium rod in his back. He's got screws on his face. I had the privilege to meet him in America 2017, and he shared his story with me. 3 months on ASEA, he stopped all his pain medication. He was on 400 tablets a month. He stopped all his pain medication. This young man was going to be a doctor, but unfortunately had a horrific accident where he was left hanging upside down for at least 17 hours. He, of course, sustained brain damage and spinal cord injury. His parents were told to turn off his life support, but they did not, took him home, and this is 3 years on ASEA. So these are really miracle people. I mean, like my granddaughter as well. So this is Miss Sweden using the product. Clinically tested, no paraben, safe for all skin type, and 100% of people saw improvement. So the reason why I am so passionate about sharing Redox to everybody is I come from a family where I've lost many family members to cancer. I've lost my sister-in-law, my uncles, my aunties to cancer. And in the last 4 weeks, I lost family members to COVID. Okay, we are already saying that we cannot make medical claims, but we have people in Malaysia who were open-minded, who were admitted to ICU from this dreaded new pandemic, have recovered. Okay, so if anybody wants to know more, I'm happy to have a chat with them privately. Anyone who has got any health condition, please. It is pretty significant. It is very crucial that we are here to share this information with friends and families. If we can save one life, You can't put a price on that, right? As I say, in the last 4 weeks, I've got sister-in-law, brother-in-law, friends, family members we have lost them to COVID. So I urge everyone, whether it's COVID, whether it's the big C or any other health issues, ask yourself, this redox will help every cells in your body. It is damaged cells that's causing all these problems. So if you can help your cells to recover, your cells do amazing things. So please do not wait until it's too late. Again, I have experience of people who comes to me and say they have stage 4 this and stage 4 that. Can I help? Can you help? I don't know. While you can, make sure you take prevention, because as we said, may you never know what you are preventing. My sister, who's 1 year younger than me, I lost her 5 years ago. She was very, very healthy. She exercised, she takes supplement, she doesn't drink, she doesn't smoke. She had 2 types of cancer. Okay, so my sister-in-law, sportswoman like me, she was diagnosed with cancer when she was in her 30s. She suffered for 15 years. So I urge everyone, this is something, as I said in my slide there, or my, what do you call it? If you think wellness is expensive, then think illness. I have people in Kuantan who spend $23,000 on their chemo treatment every month. Okay. When you have no health, you have nothing. So thank you very much for your attention, and happy to answer any questions. I'm sorry, it's very somber, but it is a serious time. People are now suffering from health and from lack of income. Right. This product has been introduced to Malaysia in the last 2 years. And worldwide, people who are in this company are passionate because they have somebody, they have some friends, they have family members who has recovered. It has impacted them personally, and it has impacted me personally. So I know I can share from my heart. Thank you very much. Is there any other?
Thank you, Christine, for your sharing. I do have one question about this product. Is this from Australia? Oh, Christine, you have muted your mic, so I didn't hear you.
This company is an American company. The product is from America. The company will not will maintain their manufacturing facilities in America. They are not going anywhere. Like, in China, when you want to open an office or open the market in China, in order to do that, China government insists you have to open a factory there. The company has no intention of opening any factories anywhere other than where they are able to control the manufacturing process. Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Does that mean that the product is unavailable in China?
It is unavailable in China. However, I have a lot of people in Australia who buy from Australia and send to China. So we have some amazing results from people in China. The Chinese are everywhere. It is no different in Australia. So we have a lot of people who buy from here and send it back home for their loved ones. And you know, in China, the pollution is pretty bad, right? So it is available from our own people who send it there. Okay.
Well, thanks for your sharing, your very personal and informative sharing. I benefited and enjoyed it quite a lot.
Yeah. So at the moment, I'm working today, I mean, I'm working with another lady who deals with autistic kids. So I am, working with people, especially children, because it's through no fault of theirs that they have that sort of disability, right? Or learning disability. So if we can help them improve by 10, 20, 30%, it is their whole life. Okay, so yes, I work with anyone who is open-minded, who wants to know more, so that they can help their loved ones improve their whatever condition that they might have. All right, thank you very much. Thanks, Nick, for the invitation. Any other questions?
Thanks,
Before?
Christine.
All right, thank
I have
you.
one last question.
Yep.
Just like what Christine mentioned about to those special kids, how are they going to consume this? Also the same like just drink it?
Yes. All right. The product comes in two forms, as I said. It comes in this blue bottle. It is liquid. You drink it, and then the gel where you apply. So for my own experience, when my granddaughter was in the hospital at the 6 month, when she was born until 5 months. So when she came back home, 6 months, I started applying the gel onto her head, onto her scalp, okay, all the way down to her spine, and her here, the throat, because that's where our arteries are here, then all the way down. And her feet, the feet with Chinese reflexology is a lot of nerve points. So I massage her feet, right? The bottom of her foot every day, twice a day at least, right? So if anyone who has, like, very simple, if anybody who has indigestion, right, you apply the gel onto your stomach, within minutes you will burp, you get an immediate relief. Okay, so there are only just two. We have 8 products, but we focus on the flagship product, because if your cells are not functioning properly, no matter how much of supplement you feed yourself, it will not be activated. That is what the doctors have, told us, that if you do not get your cells working properly, right, then no matter what you take, it's not going to work 100%, might work 10%. So don't waste your money on expensive supplement until you get your cells communicating proficiently. Does that answer a question?
Yeah.
Chris?
Yep.
That's a good point. I'm learning something new. So I've got someone in New Zealand. She's not, she can't drink it herself. So her sister's buying for her. So last time you mentioned about rubbing around her scalp. So now what I'm learning today is rub at her feet as well.
Yep, her feet, her scalp, and if people, I mean, there are certain conditions.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Malaysians have heard of a condition called Lyme's disease. Lyme's disease is people who are bitten by ticks. Okay, Lyme's disease symptoms are devastating. You don't like the lights. You cannot stand lights. Your body is aching all over. Every joint in your body aches. You want to die. You cannot get up. It is very debilitating. And the ticks actually eats through all the cell membrane, even the brain, they eat through the membrane of the cell. So people with that condition, it is so severe that they can actually, to start with, they cannot drink. So they have to just spray. We recommend people get spray bottles without metals in it. Okay, these are spray bottles that for my grandson. My grandson is very healthy, but we want everyone to be taking it, so they don't like it. So what we do is we put the water in the spray, and then play with them and spray into their mouth. Okay, this water, when you put into this, you go out, it acts like an antiseptic, antibacterial all over. So you can let kids or anybody who cannot drink it initially, just spray into their mouth. Like today, we have a lady who has got an autistic kid. She's 4 years old. She cannot speak. So obviously they might not like the taste when they start. So I'm going to give her this bottle, get her to spray it. You know, kids like to play. Say, okay, let's spray on your face so it gets absorbed. Open your mouth, you play with them. Okay, this one. And if you know of anyone who's very sick in the hospital, they can't drink, ask them to open their mouth, spray this. Right? We have people who have had heart attack, stroke. They can't drink. They just spray, just keep spraying. Okay, why you spraying this in the mouth? Because when this get into your mouth, under your tongue, there is the gland, it get absorbed. Right? So this is really amazing. With the spray, you just all over your body. And you know anyone who's got diabetes and they've got, you know, the wounds and all that, it doesn't heal. Spray and rub the gel. You know anyone who's got skin problem? This is amazing. I have babies who have got very severe skin condition that they rot. The whole body rots. They've recovered after 3 months with the spray, with the water, with the gel. Okay, so I have seen it all sorts of condition, because it deals with the cells. So, you know, you don't have to ask me, can it help with this issue or that issue? If it involves the cells, it will impact, it will help some sort of recovery. Okay. And like my grandkids, we already know, my granddaughter, we already know, you know, all the while that she's on the spectrum, okay, autism. But the specialist said she doesn't have. But after the specialist spent 6 months with her, they just came back and said, yeah, she is autistic. We already know. So for us, it's okay. My granddaughter is alive. She's smart. She runs. She reads. Okay. She is very, very bright. So we just deal with her, right? Help her the best way we can. So that's why my granddaughter, who is 4 years old, is taking more than an adult. She takes 60 ml 3 times a day. Okay. So yes, you can take it any way you want. Oh yeah, some people don't like the taste when they first start. You can put it into ice cube, you know, turn it into ice, turn it into ice cube, but do not add water. Put neat into those, what do you call it, for making ice in your freezer. Take it and let them just bite. That's one way to, you know, for kids to take. Okay, there's no excuse not to take. You can spray, you can put it turn it to ice, you can drink it, you can rub onto your head, your body, anywhere. So the gel can be used anywhere on your body except inside the eyes. You can rub on the eyes on the outside to reduce wrinkles, to reduce, you know, what do you call it, dark rings. You can put on your hair, rub it into your head for hair growth. You can rub it onto your joints for arthritis. Just tell me.
Christine, can I ask what it tastes like?
Okay, remember I said sodium chloride, hydrogen, oxygen?
Yeah. So
I
thought it would taste like salt water.
Tastes a little bit saltish, but it tastes more like swimming pool water, because by the time you change it, there's some chlorine molecules. Swimming pool water. So, so I tell people, imagine you're swimming, you're in a swimming pool, you just have some gulp of swimming pool water, but it's pure. Unlike if you're in a swimming pool and you drink swimming pool water, it will be contaminated with somebody's urine.
Right.
Right? That's true. Right? So yes, it's like swimming pool water. When I first started, I gagged. All right. How can you sell this thing? It tastes awful. However, for all Malaysians and Chinese, I'm sure you have taken some Chinese herbs. When you are younger, your parents boil those herbs, those taste more disgusting. Okay, so I focus on the benefit. So, and for anyone who first take it, you will find the taste. However, it is not actually a taste because it is your smell. You think it's a taste, but actually it's your smell. And the worse it tastes or the worse it smell, it just shows that you have more toxicity in your system that needs to be cleared. So the taste or the smell changes over time. Okay, when I first took it, I gagged as I said, oh, I can't take this. But now it tastes a little bit like salt water to me. So, you know, I take a lot because 68, I play tennis, I go to the gym, I wake up at 7 o'clock, I go to bed at 1 o'clock. Sometimes I'm all over the place. So I need to be at the top of my game. Okay, any more questions? No? All right, thank you very much for your time, guys. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thanks, Christine.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
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 Also,
Bye-bye. Take
be
care,
safe.
everyone.
Bye.
Stay
Bye.
safe.
Take care. Stay safe, please.
Bye-bye.